Something big is going on with LA Knight at the moment, so we'll see what's new there. We'll also check out what's going on with Nikki Bella, Stephanie, and more. Starting things off with this interesting situation that's going on with LA Knight, that fans don't know if it's a scripted storyline or something that's actually happening. LA Knight has been a heavily featured superstar over the past few years, and he's been especially featured in big ways on Monday Night Raw after getting quietly traded from Smackdown a few months back. It was a big summer for LA Knight. Sure, he never actually broke through and won the world title, but he was constantly in the world title picture for several months there during that time span. He even picked up the big win over Seth Rollins at Saturday night's main event. A lot of fans forget that fact since Seth's fake injury angle overshadowed everything else. But that did happen. LA Knight did get that big win over Seth Rollins. And then in the weeks and months that followed, LA Knight was constantly involved in the main event scene on Raw. But where things started to get a bit controversial was with the vacated world title match. When it came to the question of who should CM Punk face for the vacated title, there was only two names that made the most sense. And those two names were LA Knight and Jay. It was this big debate amongst the two fan bases about who deserves it more between those two. The answer was revealed after Jay outlasted LA Knight and everyone else in that Battle Royal match. And it was a heated debate online that we did go over at the time. The fans were enraged. Every piece of WWE content involving Jay was getting bombarded with dislikes and negative feedback. A lot of those fans feeling like it should have been LA Knight versus CM Punk for the title. And that's what led to a big unscripted moment on Raw of LA Knight showcasing some of his frustrations with Jay being chosen over him. A fan at ringside had a sign that said how the fans want LA Knight, not Jay. LA Knight not only took notice of this fan sign, but he walked over to it, took it from the fan, and held it directly to the camera during his entrance. A clear shot at all the officials, creative, and higher-ups that were all watching the show from the backstage area. They all saw that exact moment of LA Knight showing that sign off directly to the camera. And this move by LA Knight did immediately spark a lot of buzz. Fans thought it was very gutsy for him to take the sign and really showcase it like that during his entrance. It was a moment that got talked about right after it happened, and even now, several weeks later, we're still talking about that sign moment. Fans are still talking about it because they pointed out that ever since that moment happened of LA Knight promoting that negative J sign, it seems like LA Knight has been getting punished in multiple different ways. He missed a complete week of Raw and was left off the show for unknown reasons. He made his big return to Raw during a commercial break interview that not even all the fans at home get to see, only some fans see it. So the other half of fans probably don't even know LA Knight was featured during the break. But in that commercial break interview, the commentary team just interrupts LA Knight's interview and acts like he wasn't even talking. The interview came to a sudden end, and fans in the arena claim that LA Knight was confused and frustrated after being cut off in that interview. LA Knight is scheduled to compete in the Last Time Is Now tournament, but with his opponent being a surprise competitor, and with this apparent punishment in full effect, fans expect LA Knight to come up short and lose in the first round of the tournament to whoever the mystery opponent turns out to be. So between missing shows, appearing on commercial breaks, getting cut off, losing in the first round of the tournament, fans just have no idea what's going on with LA Knight at the moment. Is this an actual punishment that he's going through right now because of him putting that J sign up to the camera? Or is this all a work and part of an angle to build up frustration and a new story direction for LA Knight? Fans genuinely have no clue at the moment, because it sure does seem like both possibilities are completely in play. So LA Knight's situation is definitely one to monitor here, especially if all these things continue to go not in his favor. Is it real? Is it a work? Is his character going to eventually snap because of all this recent misfortune? LA Knight fans can definitely relate to his frustration though, because in 2023, everyone thought they'll pull the trigger and at least give him the money in the bank contract, but that didn't happen. Then the fans assumed the same thing in 2024 and 2025. But LA Knight did not pick up any of those big wins, and that made fans wonder if they're ever going to pull the trigger on him and give him some world title gold. Another big thing that seems to be connected to this punishment is the fact that LA Knight's spot in the Survivor Series War Games match was given to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is SmackDown's champion. He has his hands full with Aleister Black and Drew McIntyre over there. So why is he suddenly just jumping into Raw's issues with the Vision? It surely looks like Cody's spot in War Games was meant for LA Knight. LA Knight was one of the Vision's first arch rivals. He's been battling them mostly the whole entire year. It sure does seem like LA Knight was meant to be in that match to join CM Punk's team and help take down the group he's been fighting all year long. But for whatever reason, LA Knight is pulled from the match, and now Cody Rhodes is inserted into War Games. Cody is someone that's not even from Raw. doesn't have much history with division, so the story is shaky there. LA Knight seems like the no-brainer selection for a War Games match against Division, so something is certainly up there with LA Knight, and fans are starting to catch up to it. We'll have to continue to see if this is a real punishment, or if it's all storyline related. Now let's check back into the storyline with Nikki Bella and Stephanie, because the big moment everyone was waiting for finally happened. And we're of course talking about a heel turn for Nikki Bella. Nikki returned this summer in a heroic fashion. She said she wanted to work with the amazing women that are on the roster and see if she can hang with them. And in recent weeks, we've seen Nikki get extremely close to Stephanie. She was up there acting like if Stephanie was her sister. That's how close they appeared to be. But there were lots of little clues and little facial gestures from Nikki that gave fans the feeling that this sisterly love she was throwing at Stephanie was all an act and was not genuine at all. And the November 10th edition of Raw finally confirmed what those fans were feeling. After Stephanie successfully defended against Raquel and eliminated the threat of the Judgment Day coming for her title, a new threat was instantly introduced, and that was from her own close friend Nikki Bella. Nikki attacked Stephanie from behind and held up the Women's World title, instantly making it known that she wants the world title. Nikki responded to her heel turn on social media by questioning fans on if they really thought she'll play nice forever. Stephanie reacted to the heel turn by saying that she deeply trusted Nikki and considered her a close friend, but she's ready to bring the fight to Nikki, so Nikki is back in her heel role. Turning heel was something Nikki said she really wanted to do during this current run, and now her wish has come true. Nikki has had great babyface and heel runs throughout her career, but when you think about Prime Nikki at her absolute greatest, it was when she was a heel and when she had the Divas title. So now you got heel Nikki back in the world title picture, and a lot of fans are excited for it. Nikki's heel turn has also re-sparked conversation involving her sister Brie, making a return to the company. Last time we saw heel Nikki was back in 2018 for a world title program with Ronda Rousey, and right there at Nikki's side for that program was her twin sister. So fans are theorizing and wondering if a heel Nikki could reintroduce her sister to the company by having her potentially interfere during a future matchup against Stephanie. Is that the hidden X trick that Nikki Bella has up her sleeve? Could we really see a full Bella Twins reunion here in the near future? Brie did say over the summer that she was waiting by the phone for them to call her for a return, but she did say that maybe there's some discomfort there considering her husband Bryan Danielson's role in AEW. So gotta wonder if that's an obstacle as well for a Bella Twins reunion.
But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.